everybody, bonjour tout le monde. My name is Celine and I am a Janome educator in Canada, and I welcome you again 2 days in a row in my sewing school in Montreal. So it's a cheap ticket to Montreal. Okay, today we will talk about scallop, decorative stitches, sewing application. We're going to talk about scallop. What is scallop? Is this finishing? That could be a finishing. I'll show you a few different scallop edge, a few way to do it, and you'll choose or you'll do them all. Okay, so it personalize your garment or any other project that you're making, and you know, it's just a bit more. Okay, we're doing this with decorative stitches from your sewing machine. Many Janome machine has that stitch, decorative stitch. I say decorative stitch, you know, it is a decorative stitch, but it can be also a sewing stitch. So I'll show you how it works. So today I'm working with Continental M7. Okay, of course it's an expensive machine, so I don't use my finger to dirty the screen. Okay, so my screen is on, and we just to let you know that we calculate there's just a few delay in when I touch and the reaction and the screen, you know. This is, I guess, internet speed. I don't know how to explain, but Carolina told me it's normal, okay, for now. So you saw my setup. Okay, what do I need today? Of course I need the foot, but these 2 feet comes with the machine. I'll put my glasses because I see so much better. Okay, so F1 and F2, I'm going to use those feet to do the decorative stitches for sure. Okay, the difference between the 2 stitches is F1 is a closed toe, F2 is an open toe. Okay, we do not use it all the time, and we do not use it all the time. You'll see why. And I'll talk about the twin needles. Of course I will need pins today. If I change my needle with the for the twin, if I change the regular needle with the twin needle, of course I need a screwdriver and my usual tool, my Janome scissors, and my I'm looking for the word tweezers. Okay, and this time I'm going to use also, and I won't need, but you know, we don't need, but we need. I'll use the curve Janome scissors. See the difference between the I don't know how to say, between this here. Okay, so these are going to be my tools, and then a few little accessories, and we're ready to go. Okay, so let's put the regular foot. Okay, and I was surprised to receive so many comments yesterday that people didn't know that the thread cutter from the back to the front, people didn't know from the front to the back it was the thread holder to have a good tension. So I'm really happy that you learn this thing. You know, when we do those classes, we want you to learn so much. We want to give you knowledge, our knowledge that we learn the hard way. So I'm happy you catch this one. So if you catch it, it means you listen to me. Okay, so now I'm going back to my sewing machine screen. Okay, I'll go slowly. Okay, and then I want to do scallop. I told you scallop is a decorative stitch, so I have to go in the decorative section. Okay, if I go to heirloom, there's a few stitches. I'll show them to you, and then you will be able to locate them on your machine. And if you notice, I was nice for you, I switched my machine to English. Okay, so I'm in this section, which is heirloom. I want to see all my design. I don't want to turn all 37 pages. So I can see my design just by touching the icon, this icon here. Then I can see all my stitches. So in this section, heirloom, we have that stitch that can do scallop. Okay? And what do we do when we want to learn something and when we want to understand a stitch or a technique, or, well, you get ready with a piece of fabric and you try. So in this section here, if I do this, I go right to my stitch. Okay? And I try it. So I'll go this way. Okay? Just to show you, just to try a stitch. I don't like it. I'm sorry, I'm not comfortable. So I will turn over the fact. Did you see? I turn over the, do they see well? Okay, aha, turn over. See? Look. Okay. So I will turn over because I want to go straight here. And how I'm going to go straight, I'll show them to you. The rest, I want to follow my needle plate. So I'm going. And I can, well, I know my stitch now. I can go full speed, okay? One thing I want to remind you, or to let you know, while I'm sewing, I want to finish the decorative stitch. And while I'm sewing, oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Okay, and while I'm sewing, whoops, okay, a little adjustment. No, I'm not doing this right. While I'm sewing, I want to ask my machine with the lock stitch to finish the segment of my machine, the segment of the stitch, not my machine, of the stitch. Okay, I use my thread cutter, of course. And you know, with the M7 that I have no more, when I finish to sew, the feed dogs goes down by themselves, okay? And we always cut our thread right away to have a clean job, okay? So by touching, whoops, I need 3 hands. By touching the lock stitch button, I finish precisely the sequence of the design. The decorative stitch, I'm sorry, okay? So this is one scallop edge, one decorative stitch for scallop edge. Let's go back to the screen. This time I will go to satin stitch, and I have 2 scallop edge, well, maybe 3, you know, if you like that one also. So the full scallop, this is like a moon, but it is a scallop also. Let's pick this one, okay, and we'll play with it. So if I want one design, if I want to keep it this way, just by choosing it, I touch it, I'm okay. But if I want to do modification, I want to transform, because this stitch here has another function, another adjustment possible, okay? I'm going to plus less, and you see, this is new. We don't have that in other section, okay? It is elongation, okay? So I did here, yes, okay. So let me show you what I'm saying. This is the regular stitch, okay? Same stitch with elongation. It's beautiful, okay? You can make it more fill, you know, more stitches, and so this is what elongation is doing. So first we won't touch it, go back to my screen, and I will sew just a little bit of that stitch. Then we'll do some oh yeah, use again, you see, yeah, my thread, it's in the holder, so the start of my stitches will not be bulky. Okay, I'll do just a few. And to finish my sequence, while I'm sewing, I'm touching the lock stitch button, and the machine is finishing the sequence of the design. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Get your thread to look, for the work to look clean all the time. Okay. So this is my regular stitch, as is this pre-program. Now I'm going to elongate it 3 times. Okay. But if I stretch it 3 times, okay, well, the stitch won't be closer. So let's make it nice and tight. So you see what happened? Doesn't look the same, huh? So maybe I can put 4. Okay, look what's gonna happen here. Same stitches. That's why, you know, sometimes you say, how many stitches has that machine? Let's say a few hundred. Oh, will I have enough? Don't worry, you'll have enough, because no, I'm so used to that stitch, so that function. So of course you will have enough, because you can combine, enlarge, change the stitch width, stitch length. Okay, so same stitch, but I enlarge it, and I'm going to ask my machine to finish my sequence, and at the end, lock stitch, of course, and thread cutter. Okay, maybe I didn't mention something that I should have. All the decorative stitches from Janome start with the lock stitch, and when I press the lock stitch button, of course it finishes with the lock stitch, huh? I don't have to think about it at the beginning. They all do it by it's pre-programmed. So look, same stitch, okay, but elongation. See, it's an open. You know why do you adjust this? When you sew, the bust is the fabric, so you have to go according to the fabric. Sometimes you say, hey, why so many stitches, same stitches in my machine? Well, because depends on the reaction of the fabric. So you see, you have another way to use the another decorative stitches. Okay, now, oh wow, this is really nice, and it's a finishing too. You see, I have a piece of cotton with just a little bit of batting underneath, because I want it to be nice in front of the camera for sure. And you know, you still have to prepare your fabric, huh? So how do we do this one here? It's another stitch from your machine. To know your stitches, you have to sew them. Okay, so heirloom, I'm here. So that's this decorative stitch. I want to look at them all. Here I have many pages. Turn the page, because they will not all appear. Oh, this one is nice also. These two, it's like sewing by hand. I'm not in the right window, sorry, the right category, sorry. It's here, and it is this one. So you have foot F2 and F1. If the fabric is light, you have no choice to use that foot. If the fabric is thick, well, you can use that one. If the fabric is too light, it's gonna come out here. The stitch will not be formed properly. Okay, here and here and here. Okay, I choose my stitch, but I have to flip it over. Okay, let's go. So this time we need a clean edge, huh? So I should remove this. Okay, this time the swing of my needle on the right has to be right after the fabric. Hey, look how well we see with that foot. And also this here, it could be a guide, huh? I guide my fabric. So it's another real nice finish. Scallop means around, round and round and round. So that's scallop. My Franglish explanation. I'll stop right away just to show you, because I have so much so much more to show you that I don't want to just sew decorative stitches. That you can do, but my point is samples and test. Sample and test. So why are you doing this in front of the visitors? Hey, look how nice it is. Look here, huh? If you have a few little thing on top, well, you cut them, huh? No problem. But it's a nice decorative stitch, and it does the finishing. Okay, but okay, how do I finish this nicely to be able to cut after? One secret, we call that secret of the trade, fray stop, okay, or fray check. Or, you know, I'm in Montreal, so in Canada we have notion, or different than other country. When I go to France, they have notion that I never saw here. Every country has different product. So I'm showing this one that I have here, but maybe you have something similar in your country, of course. Okay, not exactly that one. Okay, so what I do, I put Celine, because this is a Celine on the back of the fabric, and it becomes stiff, and it will glue together, not glue, it will keep together my stitches. And then it's scallop, it's round. So then I'll take a large one, then I can cut around, and I would be very careful, not in front of the camera, not in front of the TV, you know, you have to be concentrate, huh? Okay, and I will cut closer and better than what I'm doing now, because it's hard to see with the camera in front. But then you clean the edge, look. Okay, so that is scallop edge, but the machine can do more than this. You know, our machine always can do more. Now let's come to, this is finishing on the right side of the fabric. Now we're going into quilt, and we will choose, whoops, if I show you better than this. Okay, now I'll show you this way. Okay, I'll choose category quilt, and I want to find my scallop, which is this one here. That is scallop that I can use as stop stitch if you want. I can use with twin needle, but I can do scallop edge finishing. You know what? I don't know if I'm saying the right words, okay? But for sure, Janome is not far from me on Facebook. I don't even look Facebook because I have to be concentrate. So let's see what I prepared for you here. Okay, so you see, where can I do scallop edge? Okay, this is stretch fabric, French terry. Okay, look at this, look at this one here. So there's a difference between the two sides. I'll explain after. I just want to tell you before. So this is French terry, this is fleece, this is cotton. So stretchy, woven, I'm searching for my word, okay? Single knit, very stretchy fabric, okay? Again, cotton, okay? And you have to practice. Your practice is here, okay? Okay, now what did I do here? First, I tried them. Regular, then I changed the width of the stitch, not the length, because If it's too close, you'll cut and cut and cut. You don't want that, huh? You want it a nice long scallop. So, and then I make it, you know, you play with the stitch length and the stitch width. You play with it, and then you now you play to understand the stitch, and then you make samples, and then you go into your garment. Okay, so this one is cotton. I start with that one because, you know, it's stiff and it's so you don't it is easier to work with. Okay, I don't know if you see the difference. I'll do a close-up because that you have to understand very well. Okay, I cheat a little bit here. You want to have a very nice finish. I don't know if you see, but I can see through my fabric. I see the way I cut it. It's okay. I want to do it nicer. I prefer not as square round like this. I look at the difference between the two of them. And the secret is I add just a little bit, a thin piece of batting, thin piece. But look at the, of course I have white thread. You see my thread because I want to show you the details. Okay, so but see how perfect it is. Okay, I'll change my thread, my foot, sorry. Okay, again and again, and I already prepared for you. I'll move this camera because it's in the way. And then you decide, it's not glued or anything, huh? And then you decide the width of the hem because it's hemming, huh? Okay, I changed my foot because I want to hold everything. I don't want this to go over the foot, huh? Okay, and okay, now I'm back to my foot. I want to show you better than so this is my scallop. What do I want to do with this? The maximum width here, I'm on, like I said before, I'm on Continental M7, so I have a 9 millimeter, and the stitch length stays at 2.5. Well, you can go smaller, but look at the design. How will you cut? It's too hard to cut. And you know, you don't do this on tulle, huh? Oh yeah, you could, yeah. Okay, so batting on the wrong side of the fabric, and I serge everything. You have to do the finishing right away before you start. You can go back, okay? And then I'm on the wrong. Am I on the wrong side? No, I'm okay. I'm okay. So the width of the stitch, okay? The fabric follows the side of the foot. Okay. Now, I won't be able to finish my long one, huh? So the difference between the lock stitch and the reverse, this one here, if you press that button, it will let you finish the sequence of the design, while this one will stop right away. And this is what I will need here. So stop. Oh, I didn't push the right button. Okay, I'll show you after to another one. I press start stop button instead. Okay, hold there. So this is my stitch. Okay, then step number one. You know, when you're doing some scallop, it asks, you need a little bit more work. First, I clip my pointy part, should I say? Okay, inside. Okay, I won't do the whole thing because I watch the clock. This is terrible. It goes times flies. It's too fast, and I have so much more to. I don't know if they'll fire me if I go over 30 minutes. Okay, I keep cutting, and when this is cut, then I use my curved scissors, and then I leave 1/8 of an inch. Okay, 1 by 1. So if you see well in my in the bathrobe from the beginning, this is not one evening project, huh? Okay, here I don't want to leave too much in a corner because it's bulky. Okay, so this is the secret. Just a little bit of batting, and you'll see in my finished sample. So I won't go further. Then turn everything. Of course, whoops, I clipped my thread, you see? Just in front of the visitors. And okay, I have my pins to make sure I pull them out and make sure that they're really out, huh? Your scallop, make sure you turn them, you pull them good. Okay, even if it's cut, I'll just do it. Okay, and then you do this all the way, of course, and then you will iron it. You go to the ironing board and you iron it. You don't iron on top of the needle, huh? Because you'll have marks. Okay, and when you iron it, it's done. You flip it, it's over. Look at this. It's easy, huh, without the camera. So look at this. It's a nice, clean job. It's really nice. Okay, so the secret here was just the thin layer of batting, but there's other secret here. Okay, this is stretch fabric. Same thing, okay, but I add here previously, before you sew, okay, I add stretch interfacing. You all know this. Stretchy interfacing, okay? It's an iron-on. I have no clue the word in English or where for sure at Joann's, but I'm not familiar with the United States, so I don't know where you can find this, but it's very, very popular. It's light, soft, and you don't even see it. So what I do before, I iron on a piece of this interfacing, because it is an interfacing. You don't have enough, you add a little piece here, it doesn't show. You see nothing, and then again you flip over. So this is your M. You want it wide, narrow. You turn the way you turn it the way you want, and always the same technique. Follow the side of your foot here, okay, and do the scallop, clip, round, cut around, and turn and iron. The next one here, same. It's always the same thing. You know, you can change the depth, I guess. I mean the width of the stitch, 9 millimeters, 7 millimeters. There's no problem, huh? But look, narrow M, wide M. So you decide what you want. Either one. See, this one, the interfacing is white. That interfacing you have in white, beige, and black. I don't know what I did. And how come it is so nice? You will say to me, oh, well, Celine, how come? Hey, nothing move. And here it's moving. What did I do? That's the second secret of the trade. You all know this, huh? Stitch witchery. That we call it here. Okay? So I don't, this is like a glue. Okay? I don't put the whole thing, it's too thick. So what I do, I cut, I slice it, okay? And I iron it in between. It will hold, it's holding the wrong side and the right side of the fabric. You see, nothing will ever move. I don't add it, but you see, I have it here, so it's there for a long time. This is not permanent, but you can't replace. So here you have two things to remember: the width of the hem and stitch witchery to add. So this is fleece, you know, it's really easy to sew, but this one is a single knit. Well, now there's the difference, okay? So I did the same procedure, okay? Interfacing. No, I didn't do it. I didn't do it here. I want to show you the difference. Okay, I did it on one side, and on the other side, I didn't want to do it because I want you to realize the difference in between the two. Okay? Well, I hope you see well in the camera because I see the difference. This is like weak. It's weak, you know, this one stays in place because I did the interfacing. Okay? So you saw woven fabric and stable woven fabric and the stretchy fabric. Now I would like to take you to on the other side to show you the last sample. I want to come here. Okay, so you see my scallop edge, I use twin needles like I did here at the bottom part. Okay, so you play single needle, twin needle, and you start in the middle of the first row. It creates something different. It's always the same stitch. Okay, and look, the bathrobe, it's personalized, it's unique. You won't find this in the store. And as my last sample, so this is a mini bed, you know, just to show samples. You know, it's okay to test, but I don't want to show you just this. I want to show you finished project. Then you know, it's in your head. So this is like a mattress, okay, like a mattress. So I did the sheet, but I want fitted sheet, okay? I have to translate, it's not just the delay with internet, it's the delay in my head, okay? So fitted sheet, and then this is the top sheet with the scallop edge, okay? And scallop edge as a decorative stitch also. You know, you can personalize, and to even add more personalizing, Tanya's patch just left me. Okay, so to add more, I use variegated thread. You can do this for your own bed. This one is shell tuck. This is different. Okay, but put everything, put all your knowledge into what you're doing, what you're making. Look at the corner. Okay, always with the scallop decorative stitches. And this is the pillowcase. Now you're going to tell me how come it's not as round as the top edge here. When you iron without picking out the round of the stitch, it's like pointy. So you want to create it, or you're too lazy to pull them out. So you have a different effect, you know. So this one is like the pillowcase. It's just a sample, but it's a real finished sample to show you where you can put the scallop edge. You know what? 30 minutes is really not enough. There's so much that our machine can do. It's just rush, but I'm okay, and I hope you learn everything. I'm sorry? Oh, she said, say hi, get out. Okay, now yeah. I'm saying goodbye, bye-bye tout le monde. I'm answering all your emails, even late yesterday, a few hundred. I'm really happy. You're really patient to understand my translation. I guess you figure it out. But my English is not that great, but my sewing is not bad at all. Okay? So until next time, I wish you nice scallop edge. Bye-bye.